Hey guys, Denis Kozhar here. In this video I want to show you how to set up materials for this scene. So first of all, let's start with some changes. Here this wall covers the tiles, so I will select this vertex and then just move them slightly back like this. Okay, so now let's first of all create new tab. I create and call it arc. And from here I will create main materials. So first of all I will assign this gray color material on the ceiling and on the floor. Next I will create material called concrete. Then I will duplicate it, call it tiles, and then copy it, call it tiles grid. Maybe I doesn't spell it correct, but you get the idea. Then let's create another material, call it mirror. First of all I will prepare them all, and then we will stop them. It will be mirror frame, and then let's create material for the sink. Another one will be for these objects. It will be just some dark paint, so I call it sink 2. Another one will be copper metal, and I will also create wood material. So let's place it somewhere here, call it wood. And now let's assign them all one by one. So first concrete will go on the wall. Next we have tiles, select them and place it here. Then we have tiles grid, let's assign it as well. Then we have mirror, select it, then assign. Then we have mirror frame, let's assign it as well. Sink, we have this metal from here, so let's call it sink 3. Like that. Sink 2 will be for these guys. Group close, assign. Then copper material for this, and the wood material. These decor objects also have their materials. I just use already created models, doesn't model them by myself. And now we get all the materials assigned, but these wires. So let's create another material for these guys. So let's Ctrl Q to select them all, assign this material, create new one for the wires, and select them, assign. Okay, so this will be just black. Some kind of material for these spots. Now we can save this scene, start interactive render, and start assigning the materials. So first of all I will disable MTL override and check does we assign all the materials. Yes. So from here we can make it bigger, place it like this. Then we need to change filmic shadows to 1, contrast to maybe 3, enable some LUT, maybe not so high opacity, like this. Let's go. And now let's start. First of all, let's add textures for the concrete and for the wood. So when we add the concrete to the diffuse color, we doesn't get it right. I will stop interactive render and assign Uvw Map on it. So just go to the modifier list, Uvw Map. Here choose type box, 150 by 150 on the all dimensions. Here we can select this texture and show it in viewport. Then we press 1 for the Uvw map and rotate it by 90 degrees like this. Then we can move it to get the nice interesting type of it here like this. Okay, fine. Then we will Also create UV textures for this wood. Ctrl Q to select them all. Alt Q. Ctrl Q hotkey, select the similar objects so I can assign this texture here, show it in the viewport, and here we also need Uvw Map. So let's create it. Box, let's make it 65 by 65 by 65. Then let's rotate it like on the reference. Then move it slightly, and we are ready to go. Let's copy this here. Then rotate it by 90 degrees, so we get more longer straights here. Okay, copy this. Fine, we can copy this here, change the position, make this for another like that. Okay, and this one, let's copy here, change the position, another one here, change the position, and the last one here, change the position of it like that. Nice. Then to this longer, rotate them by 90 degrees like this, and on this side we also get them the proper way. Nice. Then we can make it unique and move the texture. Fine. Then we can continue with this concrete material. We already get it more interesting. Then we can separately stop all the settings. So we'll disable diffuse for a while, enable reflection, add corona normal to add the bump like this. You get this error message, just add gamma to input. From here I will change the bump to maybe 0.2. like that. From here we can change the reflection glossy, so I will use just this texture, add color correction to the reflection glossy, and maybe change it to 110 like this. Then we can enable the diffuse and go with it. Next, let's set up the tiles. It's a simple one. Just choose this color like that. Maybe let's enable reflection, change the glossy to something like this. And from here we can make it slightly bluish color. Let's saturate it slightly lighter. Okay, maybe something like this. I will enable here the reflection and change the glossy. Then the mirror, just disable the diffuse, enable reflection, change the Fresnel IR 39 numbers. Then mirror frame, just let's select some color from here, make it brighter like this. Enable reflection, not so saturated, slightly darker, change the glossy to something like this, and it's okay. Next we get the sync. It goes with the dark color, enable reflection, make the glossy not so high, something like this. Then another dark material, enable reflection, change the color and change the glossy. As you can see, we get these simple materials with the different glossy and different diffuse color, and it's pretty much of it. Then we get this chrome material, reflection, Fresnel IR, let's make 15. If you want more deeply dive into the material creation, I invite you to my interior architectural visualization course. It will begin in the January of 2020. We will discuss more deeply how to model interiors, how to light it, and how to create materials. So this is just some kind of preparing or invitation video. Next we have this copper material. To do so, we need to change the diffuse to 0, reflection to 1, Fresnel IR to something like 15, and change the color. So we can select it from here, change the value, change the saturation like this. Okay, then let's change the glossy something like that, and we get it. You can more precisely try to get into this color. It's all up to you. How longer you can go there and there with the colors, trying to match what we get on the reference, but the main idea is like that. Then we have another black material for these spots. Change it like this with the reflection and maybe like that. And pretty the same material will go for wires. Enable reflection like this, maybe slightly lighter. Nice. From here we need to change the wood material. Enable reflection, change the glossy to lower values, something like this. And here we can also add, I'd forget to make this ink slightly lighter, like that. Okay, so here we add color correction, connect it properly to the diffuse color, and here let's go to advanced, make it more contrasty, like 0.6, change RGB to maybe 150, change the saturation, and we get something similar to this. So as you can see, it goes pretty easy if you understand the basics. And next you can add more details, like for example, if I activate 2D Panzer mode, go here, we can add some noise texture to get more randomness. For example, in the bump I can change the size to maybe 1 or 0.25 to get these small spots, and then I can make the bump not so even, 0.2, and we get some distortions, some more advanced colors in it. You can also use some kind of these textures to add more interesting shapes in the glossy, for example for this sink. So I will assign it to the reflection glossy, change the color correction, invert it, go to advanced, and here I will change the contrast to maybe 0.3 and change RGB. You already can see these kind of interesting patterns, but I will change it to maybe 90, 95 and get these more interesting values here. We can also use, for example, Corona triplanar map. If we doesn't get them right because of the texture coordinates, we can here change the scale to 50 or 10 or something that you wish it to appear. So I will go with these values, and this also works for the other objects. You can add some kind of grunge on other textures and make it more interesting. I hope you get the main idea. So if you wish to dive more deeply with me into the process of creating interior visualization, you can find more information in the description. It will be on my Patreon site. So see you there. If you have any question, please ask me. Yes, already here we can enable bloom and glare to get this kind of bloom effect. Also we can change the exposure, maybe 0.5 or 0.3 to make more similar result with the reference. And next you just go with render settings, noise level limit 5 or 3. Here enable denoising Corona high quality and just hit the render and you get the similar kind of result. If you want more interesting videos, please subscribe on my channel and write some comments. It all motivates me for recording new videos. See you next time. Bye.